just wanted to express how important it is to know when to reel yourself back in and just know when to take a break from these platforms. When there's a lot of chaos being brought to the forefront, let's take a step back. Let's reassess. Let's go within. Let's read some books. Let's take that time to seek alternative avenues. Okay? Because along with the chaos and the distractions comes I feel like a point of, or a place with all of us, that we become very defensive. And for those of us who are divine ones or chosen ones, or just not operating of this world right now at this current moment, it is necessary for us to stop, take a break, reassess, rest, take a break from it all. With the upgrades that have taken place, it's clearly evident. It's clearly evident. And there's no ifs, ands, buts, or questions asked about it. So when it becomes clearly evident, withdraw yourself. Take the time to withdraw yourself. My mentor said a powerful thing, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. My mentor said that God doesn't care about our talents and our skills, because he blessed us with those. So he knows what our talents and our skills are. And what I noticed is, within the process of everything that has been happening, you have your spiritual attacks and warfare and all of the things that are taking place, y'all. And it's just like, it gets to a point where what I'm noticing is the approach becomes to a point where it is degrading. It's as if someone said to me, you speak as if you have arrived. And it was the tone that I was using, etc. However, granted, the tone was definitely necessary with the measures, with everything that's going on, and the seriousness of people needing to reel it in and get a grasp and take a hold of everything. Like, just stop for a second. Just stop for a second. Really and truly. So, I myself had to take the moment and stop for a second. So again, what I was saying was, my mentor said this thing, and she said that, again, God does not care about our talents and our the licenses, your certifications, your titles. He doesn't care about any of that, because he blessed us with that. He's the reason why we have these things that we have, that we're all blessed with individually, right? So and so often we proceed to operate in our ego with certain things, with our talents and our knowledge and our things, right? And even in sharing and trying to educate our peers, it comes off very aggressively. And granted, it's a very aggressive because it's to a point where you just really want to just grab people and just shake them, like, what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I seen a meme where it was like to the point where it's time to throw you down the rabbit hole at this point. There's no baby steps, and there's no, like, we don't have time for that. We don't have time to spoon feed and all of the things. We don't have time for that. We don't have time for that. So I understand it. I myself was guilty of it. So, and still am guilty of it, and have to consistently grab myself into the present moment and understand that I am operating from a different place, right? We're operating from a higher perspective, and we have to learn how to operate within the higher perspective. and not come off as if we are degrading one another when we're trying to really teach one another and lead one another. And the intention behind it is there, right? It's the right intention, but the way that it comes off, the delivery is not gonna get the message through. And in addition to, sometimes I really wish, and which is why I'm really gonna just pick back up on my podcast, because sometimes too, the issue with a lot of people being receptive to the message is because of the messenger that it's coming from. Like just because it's coming from you, they don't want to hear it. They're not going to receive it. It's literally like talking to a brick wall. So it's like that within itself gets frustrating. So that's when we have to take it back to the book, which is the guidelines. Those are our guidelines in how to operate within the circumstances that we are within, and having to operate within, that we have been chosen to operate within, right? So I'm saying this to me for myself, and I'm hoping that, you know, maybe someone else may also need it as well, right? But y'all, we gotta, in order for us to, it's not gonna work if we don't figure out the right way to make it work, right? Like, I understand the frustration, because it gets very frustrating. It gets, like I said before, it gets very disheartening but like, Jesus Christ could not be a disciple within his own hometown. So it's like, you have to understand, grasp a concept of it, and read between the lines of the parables and understand it and make it pertain to actual life situations. Take the necessary steps to do what you need to do for yourself, to educate self. It's not to look for someone else. It's for someone else to, we are to lead each other in the right direction. However, we have been chosen, and the assignments that we have been chosen for, once we proceed to actually accept those assignments, you know what I'm saying? It's all a process. It's all a process. And it's just all a process, y'all. It's all a process. We're all a work in progress. And we have to consistently give ourselves that reminder. Love and light.